Goddamn, dude.
Stand by. Stand by. This is early, but I'm probably going to say it today and tomorrow. And I know I'm going to say it out loud Saturday. Happy birthday to the most wonderful woman I know. And I just happened to marry her, my wife, Jody. I love you, sweetie. I can't wait to see you this weekend. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Mister, will you please wake up? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up. I got to thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh, yeah! Let's roll, baby. Good. Why are you shaking your head?
How can things be serious when we have the LeBron seals going? Brr? How can we be serious about that?
The EP of all EPs came up with that.
Oy.
On your mark, get set, go. Good morning. Welcome to the tripped out Thursday edition of Snowman of the Morning. My last one here in studio before I zip up to South Bend, Indiana, and tomorrow's show will originate from South Bend because there's a very beautiful woman waiting for me. She is on assignment, and we are here. Shane Lake, the big dog, is here. How are you, my friend?
Man, I am excited for this weekend. Hell or high water. I'm going to be in New Hampshire at the track, and it's going to be fun.
Ah, man, I'm happy for you. And, of course, from our world headquarters in Chicago, Victor Locke, a.k.a. Vicola, is here with us. What's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. How you doing on another wonderful Thursday morning?
It is a wonderful Thursday morning. We got Droid feeding us the info in the back. He comes to us from the state of Kansas and had one idea, decided to go with another one. So what you all are going to see today and tomorrow is a Thursday, Friday double dip of football talk. As we are close to July, we're close to training camp, which means me and Matt Taylor are going to be busy. I'm hoping to get Mitch Holfus on here, hoping Wayne Larrabee will come back, and we're going to have some fun this football season. It'll start here, but it's going to end in New Orleans. What I have on the docket this morning is A. Pizzle's the first commenter in. He says, good morning. He joins us from Florida. David 3000 joins us from Massachusetts. How many times in grade school have you mispronounced Massachusetts and got away with it?
It's more of the spelling.
Huh?
It's more of the spelling. It's so doggone hard to spell Massachusetts. Almost hard to spell Mississippi.
Look, I learned Mississippi from my granddad.
Right.
I learned Mississippi from my granddad. Massachusetts, however, oh boy.
Yes, indeed.
Massachusetts kept messing me up. Period. Massachusetts kept messing me up.
Why do you think everyone's going it down now to Mass?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, How many times has Massachusetts almost turned into a curse word?
Man.
And it always happens. We're having fun to open up the morning. And it always happens when you're called to do state capitals.
Mm-hmm.
So many times it's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a geography expert. Note the term was. Then I slept and I got old.
I
But
swear I'm already going to slap Droid when we're like 3 minutes into the show. Massachusetts hasn't screwed him up. They're 2-0 against us in the playoffs. Quit reminding me.
well,
We also got Power David 3000 in the house.
well, find the lie.
Shut up.
Find the lie. All right, let's get this party started. We're going to make our way too early 2024 AFC predictions, and we're going to repeat something that we did before. We're going to start in the AFC East.
Okay.
And unfortunately for Mr. McCoffey, we're going to start with the New York Jets and go over their schedule.
Oh, no.
Oh,
why am I doing this? Because it's fun.
The receipt book is going to be big today.
Here comes the super villain will make his appearance.
It's like I said, this is way too early. All right?
Right.
Everything's way too early. And Droid's already got a prediction. He says 6-11. Pizzle says, don't do it. Pizzle, I can't help it. All right, here we go. Y'all know what's happening in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a butt kicking.
And they get a brutal beatdown. Because in week 1, on Monday Night Football, no less, the Jets and old blank Aaron Rodgers has to see the young gun Brock Purdy and one of the most unstoppable offenses in the league in the San Francisco 49ers. To be simple and to light up the chat, and I'll start with Shane. How bad do you think this is going to be?
San Fran hangs a fitty burger on them.
Damn.
If not 60.
To open the season. What'd you say, Victor?
If not 60.
If not 60.
Sorry.
Ryan's about to have a receipt for all of us on that one.
Oh, you know he is. So if they drop less than 50, Ryan's going to come with a big smile on his face with a receipt, but then it's going to turn into a frown because, oh my God. Droid's prediction 62-3, which was my original prediction.
Yeah. Hey, you guys may have beat us, but we at least covered the spread.
At least even Jody's in on the fun. Saying ass whooping on Monday night.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all of us are in agreement that that's going to be a butt kicking. All of us are in agreement that the Jets are going to get stomped.
We're all in that. We're all in agreement with that.
That's
whenever Jody comes with something from left field, I laugh every time. Week 2, they go to Tennessee.
Yeah,
tie.
I see that being close.
Tie. Just tie. Droid says win for the Jets. So what do y'all think? Y'all think they can beat Tennessee?
I see that coming down to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a fourth quarter. That's a
fourth quarter game.
And you know what? Pistol says tie.
because Tennessee has lost their biggest weapon. So
yeah.
This could
Derrick Henry's gone to Baltimore. And so we'll do Baltimore's schedule a little later.
That could definitely spin into the Jets' favor.
All right. 3 through 6, they host New England, host Denver, go to Minnesota, and then host Buffalo. Let's see. Win, and loss. I say they go 3-1 in that stretch.
See if they're going to beat Minnesota?
I'd like to think so.
I'm going to
You know what?
You're giving my Patriots no credit against the Jets.
I said y'all beat the Jets.
No, you said the Jets would go 3-1 in that 4-game stretch,
and the one loss would be to Buffalo.
Yeah, so you're saying that the Jets are going to beat my Patriots?
Yes.
I did say that, and yes, I'll stick with it on a Thursday night. It's a Thursday night in the It's a Thursday night in the Meadowlands.
Traditionally, you don't have a lot of luck on Thursday nights,
and plus a healthy Breece Hall carved up the Patriots for 130 yards in the last game of the year last year.
I was gonna say, and also, who is your quarterback, dog?
We ain't got a good one yet.
There you go.
I rest my case. 7, 8, and 9. They are at Pittsburgh, at New England, and they host Houston, and they'll lose them all.
Yeah,
I say they'll lose them all.
Well, I mean,
look at Ryan. Ryan popped in. He said, "Good day, Snow Crew. Good day to you, Ryan McCarthy." Oh, just in time for my Jets to get pooped on. Okay.
Triumph the comic dog.
Thank you. That's the name I'm looking for. Okay, Triumph. That's the name I'm looking for. All right.
I told you the receipt book's going to be filled early today.
And they're going to get blasted against Houston. They're going to get blasted.
My only question mark is against Pittsburgh because we don't know who the quarterback's going to be.
You know what? I think they'll beat Pittsburgh no matter who the quarterback is. And it ain't going to be either Justin Fields or Russell Wilson.
Watch so you got them going 1-2 in that 3-game stretch?
Yeah. Yeah. Week 10, they'll beat up Arizona because Kyler Murray can't play.
Call of Duty, Birdie.
Call of Duty. Week 11, the Jets will host the Indianapolis Colts, and the Jets are going to get destroyed because the Colts are healthy.
It's a Sunday night game, no less.
I'm so excited to see what AR5 can do. Y'all expect Mac Taylor to join me that Friday for that episode. Mm-hmm. Week 12, they get a bye. 13, they host Seattle. You know what? For a selfish purpose, I hope they kill Seattle. Week 14, they get I said a selfish purpose, did I not?
I know why, too.
Well, no kidding.
You know exactly why. Because I want that week to be the week that my 49ers clinch the division, though I called week 16 a couple times before. 14, they go to Miami. They'll get beat up. 15, they go to Jacksonville. I call that a tie.
I see that
because we don't know what's going on in Jacksonville.
I see that being a fourth quarter game with Tony Khan trying to book a rematch.
Oh my gosh. 15, they host the Rams, and I'm sorry, Playmaker. I think the Jets will beat them. That'll be a Christmas present. 17, they go to Buffalo and they'll get run over. 18, they host the Dolphins, and dare I say, a playoff spot might hang in the balance on that game.
The only way I see that being a playoff spot is if the Bills don't put them through a table the week prior.
Well, they're going to put them through a table. You know that. You know that. All right.
No one surprised me.
Now that we've got the Jets out of the way, let's get the Patriots done also before Bob Hildeberg drops by.
You really want a receipt book to be big today, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I don't care. Look,
let me get my notebook out.
Listen, most of my predictions turn out wrong anyway. I have hunches, okay? Y'all know that. Shane, you've known me for 12 years. I have hunches. Victor knows how my predictions go.
Yeah.
I got my notebook ready.
You may need a bigger one. you may need those old school 5-subject notebooks?
I know what you're talking about.
You may need 2 of those.
Oh, hell.
All right, here we go. Week 1, they go to Cincinnati. That's a loss. Week 2, they host Seattle.
We got that.
Yeah, you guys got that.
Patriots will win that. Week 3 at the Jets. I'm sorry, the Patriots go down. And then you go to Santa Clara in week 4. I won't expound on that.
You guys are going to hang 60 on us on that one. Come on, let's be real.
The Patriots going to get 60 hung on them. Hey, Folks, drop your predictions in the chat of week 4 Patriots at 49ers. We both say, look at Droid. Look at Droid.
Oh, no.
Look at Droid. Look at Droid's prediction.
They're gonna hang a Benjamin on us, right?
Oh.
See? See?
Droid trolling.
Droid is trolling big time. I at least said 42, but now I changed that. I say they lay a 50 burger on them. Darian says 40-10. A Pizzle has it 41-14.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a massacre in Santa Clara. 5, 6, and 7. They host Miami, host Houston, and then go to Jacksonville. Oh hell!
I'm not liking
they
the
lose to Miami. They get destroyed by Houston.
They take
Jacksonville.
They take Jacksonville. I was going to say.
The thing is, the Jacksonville game is in London.
Yeah. And Joy goes lost, and lost. The first triple-digit score in NFL history. No. Droid, the first triple-digit score in NFL history. Let's save that for Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans.
Oh my!
Like 102-100 or something like that.
Jacksonville's not going to beat us in London, Droid. Get it right.
I'll be so tired. Look, if Kansas City and Frisco, they will play in the Super Bowl. I already got that prediction down.
Tony Khan's booking that match.
Yep.
He's booking that one.
Tony Khan's too busy trying to book all in for that weekend. Come on.
Yeah, he is. Wait a minute.
He'll pull
Wait,
doubles.
look at Droid. Droid says 120, 125, 122 in overtime.
Ooh.
But you got the two best. But look, Kansas City and Frisco are the two best offenses in the NFL. Okay.
Wrong.
Okay.
Get back from London.
Y'all will beat the Jets in week 8.
Mm-hmm.
Week 9, you go to Tennessee. Good Lord. Not even talking about that one. Then you beat up the Bears in week 10.
I say we got the Titans. I say we beat the Titans.
Week 10, go destroy Caleb Williams, will you please? Just do that. Just do that for this 49er fan from Chicago. Please. We're
going to do that for all of
the
nation to shut him up.
The only 2 years I was in love with the Chicago Bears were 1985 because it was a frenzy and 2006. But even 2006 was more quiet than 1985.
True.
Because it was more unexpected. 2010, I expected them to get their ass kicked by Aaron Rodgers.
And
I expected it. And they had no balls the second half of the year, even though they did beat the Jets. Like 38-34, I think that was. I was watching that game at a Denny's. 11, they host the Rams. Upset City.
I
call an upset.
New England beats them.
Drake May's first start, and Drake May will hang 40 on them. Now watch. We're going to summon the playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Week 12, they go to Miami. Sorry, Miami's going to destroy you. Week 13, you host the Colts. We already know what's going to happen there.
We're dead.
14, you go to Arizona.
And you beat the crap out of Call of Booty.
Yes.
We make Call of Booty think he's going back to Modern Warfare.
Hang 50 on Call of Booty.
We're going to make him want to go back to Modern Warfare after that one.
16, you go to Buffalo. No chance in hell.
Yeah.
17, you host the San Diego Chargers and Jim Harbaugh. And I'm sorry, the San Diego Chargers will hang 200 yards on you on the ground in the first half.
That wouldn't surprise me.
And then 18, you finish hosting Buffalo, and that's a mess.
That's a mess.
That's all I will say. That's a mess.
That'll be a playoff spot for somebody.
That'll be the East Division title.
Yeah.
That'll be, you know what? I think the Bills, let's make a prediction here. What week will the Bills clinch the AFC East? Let's take a look at the Bills' schedule, and we'll settle this right. And we'll settle this right now because I don't trust Miami.
No.
Period. Listen, I don't trust the Dolphins. I don't trust the Dolphins for 2 reasons. One, even though they have a running game, they don't use it all the time. And 2, Tua Tagovailoa is their quarterback.
Yeah, and his brain is turning into scrambled eggs.
Thank you. I don't think he's fully healed. And I say that with all the love in my heart because Tua can be a talent. He just needs a year away to heal. Mm-hmm. I said after the third concussion 2 years ago that he needed to walk away right now.
Yeah.
Walk away, retire. You still get your pension and everything, but your life hangs in the balance every time you strap on the helmet.
And that's the thing. Is like your life needs to be the first priority.
It needs to be.
It's football.
Here we go.
Let's break this down because
here's the Buffalo Bills before we go to a break. Mm-hmm. 1, they cook the Cardinals.
Yep.
2, they'll fillet the Dolphins.
Yep.
3, they'll jump the Jaguars.
Yep.
4, it'll be an 82-80 game against Baltimore, but I give that to Buffalo.
Yeah.
I
give it to Baltimore. I don't see
Buffalo getting around them. Yep. I really don't.
I do.
I don't.
The last 2 times they played in Buffalo, they've won.
Yeah, this is in Baltimore though.
Yeah,
this is in Baltimore on a Sunday night.
Right.
Well, they beat, like I said, the last 2 times they've gone to Baltimore, they've won.
Two differences. 1, didn't have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson. 2, they didn't have a running back like King Henry.
Second difference, I'll give you. The first difference, the last 2 times they beat him, Lamar Jackson was their quarterback. Week 5, they're going to get skinned alive in Houston.
Yeah.
Week 6, they'll skim the Jets as well as the Titans and as well as the Seahawks.
Seahawks are going to go 0 for Steves, and let's just knock that out of the way right now.
Which leads us, we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do the NFC tomorrow. Which leads us to Week 9, the Miami Dolphins, and they're going to fillet them again.
Yep.
Week 10, they'll have a high-scoring game against the Indianapolis Colts, but the Colts will pull it away in overtime.
Yeah, I think Colts take that one. They're going to
then they see the world champion Kansas City Chiefs.
No, this is messed up.
That's an ass kicking.
That's going to be a scalping.
This is messed up.
That's going to be an epic, and it's a 425 game, which means Jody and I are going to be in front of the television watching that thing with a table full of snacks. So we've already decided. Colts upset week 11. Red Kingdom. Week 10 Colts upset. Week 11 Red Kingdom. Week 13 Santa Clara Massacre, and I believe it because San Francisco is going to go to Buffalo and swallow Josh Allen whole.
That's the messed up part. You get gouged if the Bills. You get gouged by the Chiefs. And then the very next week, you get steamrolled by the 49ers.
And this is coming off of a bye. Here's the bad part. That's coming off of a bye. All right, Lucy, you got to get down. Hold on a minute.
Here's you go into the bye getting slapped by the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm. Here's who's helping me make the predictions this morning. This is Lucy. Hi, Lucy.
The Bills are going to get wrecked here because they're going to be thinking about getting their butts kicked by the Chiefs.
Listen,
and then they're going to go into San Fran and get smacked.
In a 3-week stretch.
They're getting smacked.
A 3-week stretch with a bye in the middle. They're going to get scalped by the Chiefs. And then they're going to get picked alive by the 49ers. Well, and the 49ers defense is totally healthy.
Here's the thing. They then go to the Rams afterwards.
And they'll beat the Rams.
They might beat the Rams, but I do give the edge to Rams slightly. But then they're going to get mauled by the Lions.
Here's a question here from Adam Goodwin. Adam, let us know where you're watching from so we can shout you out properly. Hey, Snowman, I got a question. I heard the Carolina Panthers are moved. Is this true? No, it is not true. What is true is what we're going to talk about later with Jen Matthews is the renovations that will be done to Bank of America Stadium.
Yeah, the bank.
And there's $600 million getting ready for Bank of America Stadium. We'll probably do the Panthers picks when she comes in also. And I have a bone to pick with Carolina Panthers media. That'll be at the bottom of the second hour. Hey, Pizzle 90, I don't trust Tua, yet he played a full season last year and led the league in passing yards. I still don't trust Tua. And what happened? He went to Kansas City and got scalped.
Well, I mean,
and a lot of those, and to pick on a Pizzle, and I mean this jokingly, a lot of those came against the Denver Broncos. Even though he only had 309 yards. I know he led the league in passing last year. I know he did.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll beat the Rams. They'll lose at Detroit. They'll skin the Patriots alive. They'll skin the Jets alive, and then skin the Patriots again, and that's the week they'll clinch a playoff spot. No lies detected.
I see it coming down to either the first time they face us or when they face the Jets leading into the new year.
Yeah, and remember, they get the Patriots 2 of the last 3 times. They don't get all of it. They get 3 AFC East opponents, 2 of them at once, to close the year. Host New England, host the Jets, and then at New England.
Yeah,
and I think they'll run beginning after the loss to Detroit. I think Buffalo will run the table.
I see the AFC East coming down to just before Christmas.
Yeah. Hey, Arku's in the house with me. He says Dolphins were frauds last year. Oh yeah, Pizzle agrees. No lies detected, and they couldn't beat anyone good. Just ask the Kansas City Chiefs. Just ask the Kansas City Chiefs. And my prediction to win the AFC East, it goes through Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, gentlemen.
You're not wrong. I mean, New England, as much as I want to be a homer about it, let's be real. We're going to be lucky if we see 500 this year. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Victor, do you make it unanimous?
Yes, I do.
All right. So that's our prediction. The AFC East will go through Rich Stadium in Buffalo. It'll come down to either week 16 or 17 when the Bills clinch the East. They won't have to do it with Miami because they're going to sweep Miami and get it out of the way. And the Dolphins are going to be so far back. I expect them to compete, but not fully compete. I don't know how much sense that makes, but think about my thoughts about Tua.
Now here's my other question for you real quick before we hit the break.
Yep.
Does the AFC East also hold a wild card?
No. No. 2 of the wild card spots will come from the North. I want to say the East will hold a wild card spot, but the Dolphins, unless I'm shown differently, are frauds. They had an up and down season last year, and they barely had to sneak in the playoffs with a walk-off win over Dallas. And yes, I say barely because Dallas nearly stole that game from them. Dallas wins that game. Miami doesn't see January.
Right.
So basically, Buffalo walks away with the East and no one else shows up for it.
I could be wrong, but I say yes.
Well, I can't wait to see who you got actually filling in the wild card.
I could be wrong, but I say yes. We'll do the North and the South and the West after Bob Hildeberg. It's an AFC kind of day. We're laying our predictions down. Make yours in the chat. And also do what you can to subscribe to our new channel of Snowman in the Morning, youtube.com/@snowmaninthemorning. Subscribe for exclusive content, interviews, and more. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
The quickest way to get search engines like Google to put your business at the top of search results is by having a steady flow of positive reviews. With Power Brand Systems, you can show up in search and stand apart from your local competition by easily collecting new customer reviews through text message. But getting found is only the beginning. Most consumers choose the first business that responds to them. Unless you start conversations with potential customers almost instantly, they'll go somewhere else. That's why Power Brand Systems make starting conversations with website visitors as easy as clicking a button.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. You kids from the block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the Four Horsemen of Pick'ems. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
We got a whole bunch of people in the chat this morning. Drop your questions about our AFC discussion. Darian Hopkins is in the house. I'll be hopping on a little later with him. Rising Rhino is here from Colorado, but he represents the Indianapolis Colts. We'll talk Colts at the top of the second hour. And boy, oh boy, we're just loaded today. I didn't get a chance to do an intro graphic for one of my best friends, but I am pleased to welcome him. Please help me welcome Patriots historian Bob Hildeberg. And he joins us right now. Good morning, my friend. Great to have you.
Absolutely. Salute to both of you guys. What a great day. It's 110 degrees here in Boston. It's awesome.
Hey, it's only 95 degrees up here in Maine, dude. I'm about 3 hours north of you.
It's 93 here in southern Indiana, and it's supposed to get hotter. Speaking of hot, the NFL is starting to heat up once again for another season. It's gonna be another crazy season. What's on your schedule so far, Bob?
Going to one Patriots game because we're gonna lose a bunch of games this year as well. So
Even the historians being real with everybody. I mean, we're not sugarcoating it here. After a while, we're used to this.
Yes. What a way to start the show, right?
Question is, what game?
See, he did that because he knew I was taking a sip of my iced coffee, and then he, bam, drops that on me. I love it.
I did that one time with a buddy that was drinking a root beer, and it went right all over the pizza. It was great. Timing is everything, you know?
It is. It is. Why? Okay, they drafted Drake May.
Yeah.
Does he get the keys week one, or does somebody start in front of him?
No. 21 years old. No. You want him to throw 35 interceptions? Yeah, start him. No. We don't want that. We don't want to set any records. I mean, Bledsoe was throwing the ball all over the field when he started. I mean, the guys that come in, they just can't anticipate the speed and athletic ability of the pros versus the college.
Right.
That's the biggest thing he's got to adjust to. The guy's wide open, he throws it, and the guy comes out of nowhere and takes it, a pick six. So he's got some learning curve, some things to grow. So we're going to play conservative, run the ball, play defense, try to stay in the game. We don't really know Mayo's coaching philosophy, but with football, really, it's make the least mistakes and you get a chance to win. So
It really is.
Wouldn't we have a better shot with who'd we have? Nate. We had Rourke originally. Wouldn't we had a better shot with him starting than probably who we've got with Jacoby Brissett?
And that's what I thought. I thought the best chance would be with Nathan Rourke. Bob, what are your thoughts?
Let's see what the spring training, the practice starts in another month. You don't know. I mean, we really got to depend on our defense to keep us in the games and run the ball. So I really don't care who the quarterback is as long as they don't throw it to the other team so much. They're going to make mistakes. If Judon's healthy and Gonzalez comes back and doesn't get hurt in the first couple of games, we've got a fairly solid defense, and we make some plays and special teams. Anything can happen. We can't lose to the Colts and the Washington team. I went to the Washington team game last year, the only game I went to. And the thing that was fun about it is that I had friends of mine from Virginia that came up and they said entertained, there was a kid, Jack, who was 10 years old, and his father and his grandfather. And I read Rob Ninkovich, and he says, Bob, what are you doing? You're getting an autograph. I said, I'm getting it for my nephew. And I was going to get it for my real nephew, but I said my nephew, Jack, who was 10 years old at the game. So then I ended up giving to a kid that's not related to me at all and said, I guess I'm your uncle now because Rob Ninkovich says, hey, your Uncle Bob is a great guy. Uncle Bob is now this kid, 10-year-old kid in Washington. I'm his uncle now. So I adopted a kid, even though I screwed up getting an autograph for him. But so who knows? I'll get to a couple games this year. The Tom Brady thing was incredible, though.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, a few pointers of that. So Bill Burr was a local comedian, grew up about 10 miles from the stadium, and he had some jokes he wanted to say. And, of course, the Patriots, they want to go through all of his jokes, and he had one joke that was a little sketchy. So his idea was to put a picture on the screen, and he would make a joke about it, but he had already had the jokes written down. And he had like 12 pictures, and they cut one of the pictures off the screen, and he had the card, and he's all set to say the joke. And he looks up and said, that joke doesn't match that picture. The Patriots edited that picture. So he's like, well, that joke's not going to work. And he threw it away. And then he went to the next picture. And he says, the audience loved it. But I was like, it was pretty cool that he just kind of went right along with the thing. The Patriots cut it out without even letting them know that they were going to say that joke was a little sketchy. But he had a good time. We had Randy Moss crying. We had Peyton Manning being self-deprecating and saying, appreciate you accepting me now. You weren't very receptive, when I played here in the playoff game when Ty Law intercepted me 3 times and, that kind of thing. So there was some fun stuff there. And then Belichick and Brady and Kraft, they all made up, and we got a statue being made and all that kind of stuff. But it was a concert. It was Hall of Fame. It was leadership, motivation. It was emotional. Brady's sisters and family were there. They cut to the mother a couple times crying, the father in the audience crying. It was a pretty incredible night.
Yeah, and Brady looks like he could still go, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he's still in great shape, but and one of the things that's just amazing about Brady, he only missed that 1 year. A lot of these guys just get hurt and they miss. I mean, look at Alex Smith and some of these guys that just get crushed. Brady was pliable. Even Alex Gonzalez was there. What's his name? Guerrero. His mentor and coach and all that kind of stuff. So, and the guys that with the Deflategate and kind of had to go away for a while, they were there. And Tom Brady said, "Hey, thanks for going to jail for me," and all that kind of stuff for the Deflategate. So he was. It was pretty fun. They covered all the angles.
Yeah, they covered. They
that was
covered
awesome.
I need it, Bob. I need a favor. These guys don't know the best story that you told on my program, and it was the great flush of Sullivan Stadium or Foxborough Stadium. Please tell that story for my crew here.
Huh?
Yeah. So this is it's actually the first stadium in sports that had a sponsor. It was called Schaefer Stadium, and they built Schaefer Stadium in this small little town of Foxborough between Providence and Boston, and they didn't have any money, so they built a cement stadium for $6 million. Well, the problem with that in 1970 and 71 is that they hired some union people and some non-union people to get the job done. And the union people found out that the non-union people had something to do with the plumbing. So they actually elevated the toilets, and so that if you were 5'10", you couldn't reach the urinal. You had to actually stand on some milk crates because they were so high. They rigged it so that they had to hire the union to come back and fix the plumbing. So there was plumbing problems. The water tank was in the bottom area of the town, so they couldn't get enough water pressure. So they had an exhibition game where the toilets overflowed, the water pressure wasn't there, there was no hot showers. So the town of Foxborough said, if we have this problem again, we're going to shut down and you might have to change where you're going to play some of these games. So they brought in all the union guys and they supposedly fixed all the toilets, lowered them, changed all the plumbing. And it was a day before an exhibition game against the Atlanta Falcons. And the Atlanta Falcons come in the day before, and they're actually hanging out in Foxborough High School because the facility still wasn't ready. They couldn't use the showers, and they had 300 people go around the stadium in the afternoon, and they blew a whistle, and anyone knew anyone, the media, friends, anyone that was in town, the board of directors, they all went around and flushed the toilets all at the same time to see if they would work. So it was a test. So the horn goes off. It's all right, you go over there and you flush. And people are flushing toilets and turning the sinks on. And there's only like 300 people. Now, the next day, there was going to be 60,000 people. But that day, they flushed it and they said, all right, that worked. So the Board of Health approved it. They said, you guys fixed it. Everything looked good. And it was called the Great Flush. And, of course, the next day, it really didn't work because people wait till halftime to go to the bathroom, and then we got 20,000 people going to the bathroom at the same time every 15 seconds. Instead of one flush, it overflowed. It took about a year to fix it. The opening day in Oakland Raiders, it was still a mess. There was still flooding in the showers, and it took another year to fix the whole thing. But it was a big deal that Foxborough Stadium is not going to be ready for opening day, and it really wasn't. But They call that the Great Flush of Schaefer Stadium in 1971, August of 71.
Not the Great Flood, the Great Flush.
That's what you call a crappy opening.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The other crazy story is the first time they had Monday Night Football. People didn't know what to do about Monday Night Football because usually football in college was at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and on Sundays, well, this was Monday night, so the game starts at 8 o'clock. So people would get to the stadium at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and they would just get hammered. And then they'd sleep for a couple hours, and then they'd get hammered again. So by the time the game started at 8 o'clock, people have already been drunk twice already. And they had about 500 people that was so hammered they couldn't walk, and they arrested them all because they didn't want them driving, and they didn't have enough jail space, So they went to one town. Hey, we got six jail things. All right, well, we got 500. So they actually just handcuffed about 400 people and just to the chain link fence and just let them sleep it off until the next day, in the woods.
Well, we do it differently in New England now, don't we?
When the first time I learned of Monday Night Football being in Chicago, it was 1985, and they were playing the Green Bay Packers. I've seen different stadiums around the league, including Schaefer Stadium, and lights were there, okay? And you could tell it was nighttime, okay? With the Bears-Packers game in 85, I swear it looked like they had brought in some temporary portable lights because there were parts of Soldier Field during that broadcast that looked dark. And I said, Dad, why does the 20-yard line look dark? And he took a look and he goes, that does look kind of dark. Found out they had just put the lights in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's how they used to do it even with NASCAR, because when Bristol had its night races till about mid-90s, it was all portable lighting.
Yeah.
We
10
lost
years,
power
10 years
game in
later.
a playoff game. It's the Steelers one time. There was a 20-minute delay in a playoff game at Foxborough Stadium.
There was a delay on that.
The other, I mean, speaking of hot, I mean, let's go the other side to cold. I mean, I just did an event with Mark Henderson and John Smith a couple weeks ago, and this is the famous snowplow game where it rained, it froze, it snowed, it froze. And so they're playing on artificial turf, which is on top of cement, and they're playing really on ice on Sunday. And against Miami, and everyone's slipping and sliding. John Smith tried to kick a field goal, and when he kicked it, it ended up in the guy's backside. And then another guy tried it from the Miami Dolphins, and it hit the guy's helmet. He couldn't elevate it because they couldn't get their foot planted in the ground because it was all ice. So it comes down to the last couple minutes, and Steve Grogan notices that we have a guy who's on work parole. And he's got a beat up old snowplow, and he's going across the field as quick as he can. There was no like go. He just did it on his own. People are standing around. He'd get across the field in 20 seconds. And he was so that you can really identify where you are on the field. He'd go across the 10, the 20, the 30. And Steve Grogan tells Ron Meyer, the coach, and says, hey, if we ever get a field goal, tell that Mark, instead of going to the 30, maybe he makes a little U-turn and makes a little curve and gets to the 37-yard line and makes a little path, puts the thing down, creates a little spot so our kicker can plant his foot on the turf rather than the ice.
Right.
And of course, that happens. There's about 4 minutes left in the game. He goes across the field. He's doing the 30, and then he veers off, goes to the 37. Don Shula's going crazy. What are you doing? Clears a little path. Goes across the end zone. Across to the other side of the field. The kicker runs out there, plants his foot, kicks the field goal. We win 3-0. The crazy story about that is that he was on work parole, and he was supposed to get back to the prison by 6 o'clock. Well, as the game's over, he's a hero. So all the reporters are asking him, who are you, and what did you do, and when you're going to get out of jail? And he said, well, I got to get back to jail And then he realizes I got to back to jail in 10 minutes. There's no way. So he actually had to call the prison. And he said, listen, I'm going to be late. And they said, yeah, I know. You're on TV everywhere. Bob Lobel and Channel 4 is saying you're the hero. Take your time getting back to jail because you won the game for us. And he didn't get back to jail till 7:30 at night, and the place went nuts. And he's like, all right. And the last regular season game of the Patriots at Foxborough Stadium, they brought him back at halftime, and he reenacted that. It was against the Miami Dolphins, even though it was cold, but there was no snow. But so he's a hero around here, and he talked about just, and they
I was surprised he didn't get pardoned.
Yeah, no, he was out a month later, so that was it was just.
There you go. He
was just ready to be in society, but we did what we could. So everyone says that we've been cheating. Yeah, we've been cheating since 1982, and even before that, we probably got away with a few more things. So,
it's only cheating if you're caught.
I learned about the snowplow incident watching Monday Night Football, and Howard Cosell, the late great Howard Cosell, was doing his halftime highlights. And when he described that, and I looked at it, and I saw the plow just like veer off, like they're making a little soccer circle for the kicker to plant his foot. I said, "Can they actually get away with that?" And the kick went through, and I said, "Apparently, they can get away with that."
There was no rules after that because John Shula was on the committee of rules, but there was no rules against it. But the next year there was. So.
Yeah, the next year there was.
It's not illegal now. It'll be illegal next year. You're fine. We've heard that story too many times.
And the guy who drove it, who became a hero, gets out a month later, and now he's really a hero and really celebrated.
No.
Bob Hildberg, Patriots historian, joining us. I hope you join us throughout the year to help us with Patriots coverage. And man, you are a very, very dear friend. I love when you come on. I love you, brother. Thank you so very much for coming on and sharing some great stories.
That's good to laugh, right? Yeah.
It is. It's very good to laugh.
To be with you guys. We got a million stories, but this is some of the hilarious ones from the past. And, what are we saying? 4 or 5 wins for the Patriots? They squeak out a couple. We're excited. It's like the old days. You went to see the other team play, or you went to see one of or two of our superstars, like a Stanley Morgan or Russ Francis or Grogan throw a touchdown pass. But hey, we lost 37-31. But did you see that pass by Grogan, or did you see that run by Tony Collins or whoever it was? 1 or 2 plays, and if they won, great. If not, we saw a decent game for $10. And I don't know if I'm going to get tickets for $20 this year. There was a few games last year you could get it for $20.
Two of my favorite Patriots of all time. Two of my favorite Patriots of all time had very difficult names that I learned to pronounce. Mosi Tutupu, former fullback, and then former defensive lineman who was with the Patriots but later with the 49ers, Manu Tuiasosopo.
Oh, yeah. I like Pierre Sagapulitelli was another one.
P.O. Sagapulitelli. Super Bowl starter, as a matter of fact, just like Tuiasosopo before him. Oh, man. Bob Hildeberg dropping by for some laughter and some more Patriots laughter. Hopefully you'll join us throughout the course of the season, helping us cover the Patriots. We love you, brother. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
I'll give you one more name, Ray Ilg. That's a great name, too.
Ray Ilg. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Ray
Ilg.
It's going to be a rough year when the historian even says we're only going to get 4 or 5 wins.
And when he said that, I lost it. Y'all didn't see it, but in my head, I lost it when he said that.
Oh, you saw my reaction. I was like, yeah, that's about right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. Oh my God.
I mean, the unfortunate thing is I don't think he's wrong.
No, I don't either. I don't either. We're doing all of our AFC predictions today. Join us. Make your AFC predictions in the chat with us. We're going to head to the AFC South when we come back and reset for the second hour. And I already have my division winner and wild card. Sorta. Second hour after this.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
And ever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, No, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Hour two thereof, Snowman here, Big Dog there, Vikala joining us in Chicago, Droid joins us from Kansas, and I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a while.
And that is?
Disappear. We have done lost the Snowman.
I pushed the wrong button again.
Oops.
Dang it.
Okay, so what is it you haven't done in a while?
Let me try this again. With Droid feeding us information from the back, I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. One of these. Droid supplies us the short news, and Bruins forward Oscar Steen to hit free agency on July 1st.
Oh, great. Well, there's
So
going to be
the
someone.
Bruins get even smaller.
Yeah, there's someone we're going to have to replace.
Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be surprised if your goalie goes next.
Which one?
Both of them.
Oh.
Oh, but by the way, I'm not supposed to know about hockey because I'm black. Oops. Well, sorry.
Dun, dun, dun.
So you're saying the Bruins...
NFL announces new comeback player award guidelines. In other words, you're going to have to be a comeback player of the year. No pity awards.
Good.
I mean, love you, Hamlin. Darvin Hamlin, I think.
No.
Yeah.
That's Darvin Ham. You mean DeMar Hamlin?
DeMar Hamlin, thank you. Oh boy, my brain hurts. my brain hurts. Look, that's the last, and that's not it's not so much a pity award as it is a life-saving award for DeMar Hamlin.
Right.
But
not so much as a life-saving award. But you are going to have to prove yourself to be the comeback player of the year. I don't even want to spend time on this one, but I'll do it anyway. Bill Simmons himself suggests that the Celtics draft Bronny James to hold him hostage. No, thank you.
we don't want Bronny. Get out of here with that crap.
And the last one, no, I'm not even going to do the last one. I'm just going to close it here, and we're going to get back to our predictions. That's a whip around presented by Fanatics.
Man,
to the AFC South we go, and I will tell you right now, it's a 2-horse race in the AFC South. One wins the division, one wins the wild card. And the 2 horses in that race will be the Houston Texans and, of course, the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm dependent on the Colts to be there because they are healthy. AR5 is healthy. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that.
Whose schedule you want to break down first, then?
Let's go with the Colts.
Oh, boy.
Let's go with the Colts. And I got my honey listening in while she's working. So I'm going to have to be nice, but she knows I'm going to be truthful at the same time. I'm sorry, honey. Here we go. Week 1, a shootout with the Houston Texans. And I'm giving that to the Colts. That's a revenge game. I believe that's a revenge game.
Okay.
What do you think, Victor?
I really would love to give it to the Colts, but I think CJ Stroud, especially off of disappointing season last year, he's going to come back even stronger, even healthier. I got to give this one to the Texans. I love
CJ Stroud. I love CJ Stroud. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes down to a field goal.
Yeah, I think it'll come down to a field goal.
I wouldn't be surprised if this comes down to a field goal. Shane?
This is a fourth quarter game, plain and simple.
Yes.
Last possession, fourth quarter.
Yeah. I see Indy pulling this one out. No, there will be no punts in this game.
No.
There'll be like 1,100 yards, and it's simply going to be the best team win. And that's a preview. That's going to be a preview. I'll explain later. Week 2, they go to Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and Indianapolis is going to scorch their asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, they sit there and they scorch the next 2 because the next one they go against is the Bears.
They're going to go to Soldier Field, and they're going to scorch the field with them.
Yep.
And the Colts on my ledger make it 4 in a row as they host Pittsburgh, and they'll scorch them again.
Yeah,
that wouldn't surprise me.
They're going to get scorched.
Who's going to stop them? Russell Wilson or Justin Fields?
Neither one. Neither one. They're going to find somebody in the trash can and bring him out. But I think it's going to wind up being Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
Week 5, they go to Jacksonville, and this is the year they break the losing streak at Alltel Stadium in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville will be better off having
This is the year I really believe this is the year that our Colts
to break the curse
in Jacksonville.
The only way the Colts lose that is if the House of Black lowers the lights.
Right, that's gonna be the Tony Khan curse.
Yep.
Tony Khan's gonna curse Jacksonville.
Oh, he already done cursed AEW. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
God. Tony Khan's gonna find a way to curse Jacksonville. But I think we're gonna beat Jacksonville. We're gonna beat the hell out of Tennessee. And then we're going to beat the hell out of Miami. I say 7 in a row to open the season for the Colts.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I see 8 in a row to open the season for the Colts. But it could wind up being 6-2 or 7-1, depending on how they do against the Houston Texans and that high-flying offense. Because we host Houston to open week 1, And then week 8, we see Houston down in Texas. And I will make a prediction right now. That game will decide the AFC South.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Because
Week
after
8,
that, the schedule is relatively easy.
and it's so early for people to say that. I know it's a too early schedule. Nobody else is high on the Colts. I think they have a bunch of potential. I think they have a championship potential. I believe I will predict right now that the Colts will break the curse and they'll win the AFC South by 1 game. And it'll be the split against Houston that will decide it.
Mm.
They're going to go to Minnesota. They're going to scorch them. Buffalo, we host them and we'll beat them. We go to the Jets. We'll beat them. Here's where the Colts have trouble against Jared Goff and the high-flying Lions.
Yeah, that's going to be a loss.
Week 13, we go to New England. You already know what's going to happen.
Yep.
Week 14, we go to Denver. I love you, Bo Nix, but you're going to get run over.
Oh,
we run over Tennessee in Week 15. The New York Giants scare me. That's a trap game.
Ooh.
Why? 2 words. Nathan Rourke.
Yeah, now that he's at the helm.
I believe Nathan Rourke will see the field this season in place of Danny Derps.
I agree.
And those of us here in New England are going to march into Robert Kraft's office, shove our boot in his ass, and say, "What were you thinking?"
Mm-hmm.
Kraft mac and cheese.
Kraft
mac and cheese and Hellman's mayo running the show. Look what just happened.
Then week 18, we close against the Jaguars, and that'll wrap up probably a number 2 seed for the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll wrap up Tony Khan pulling what's left of his hair out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now let's look at the other team in this 2-horse race, because I ain't worrying about Jacksonville, and I sure as hell ain't worrying about Tennessee.
Jacksonville just be better off just focusing on running AEW.
Listen, I love you, Trevor Lawrence, but they would be better just focusing on tanking the season away. Even with Trevor Lawrence, even with Travis Etienne, do what the Titans are going to do. Here we go. You know my result of week 1 against the Colts. I have the Colts pulling that one out in overtime.
Oh my God, they're gonna steamroll the Bears right afterwards.
Week 2, 3, and 4, they won't allow a point.
So the Bears go scoreless, the Vikings go scoreless, and the Jaguars go scoreless.
Yep. Week 5, 55-52 Buffalo in Texas. Or it could go the other way around. But I'm picking officially. I'm going to pick Buffalo on this one.
Okay.
That's a carnage game.
6 and 7, they don't allow a point.
Of course, New England doesn't get any love against them. Why am I not surprised?
And then Jordan Love is going to crater. I don't trust Jordan Love. I shouldn't say that, considering he scared the hell out of my 49ers last January, but I don't trust him. Now, watch what happens after I say that. They're going to wind up BSing their way into a 7 seed. We'll see how it plays out. Week 8 against the Colts will decide the AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
They will beat the hell out of the Jets. It's going to be a tough one against the Lions in Houston. That's going to be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Sunday night. That's a Sunday night game. I might have to do that game. I might have to beg my wife to take Sonya to work and just tell her why. Then you got week 11.
Yeah, the battle in the Lone Star State. The battle to see who really deserves to be called Texas's team.
And it's Houston.
It's going to be Houston. It's going to be Dallas. I'm leaning towards Houston because
it's
CJ Stroud.
It's Houston. CJ Stroud is the man.
And
CJ Stroud's the man.
And he's this will be through through the newspaper, through media sense. This is going to be Dak Prescott's prove it game. Because you have a young upstart in CJ Stroud who just had a great season.
Yep.
Got to the playoffs.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys got clowned by Green Bay last year. This is Dak's prove it game.
Boy, did they ever get clowned.
Mm-hmm.
If he loses this game, he will not get re-signed.
No.
This will be the game that really determines his future in Dallas.
You know what I think? This will be his last game.
Well, he'll finish out the season unless he gets injured.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Yeah,
you think Terrell's going to come to his senses on Dak?
I'd like to think so.
No. He'll finish out the season. He will finish out the season.
It's Jarrell we're talking about here. He's going to go to Jack and be like, he can finish the season, then we'll get rid of him.
Right. He'll finish out the season and then he'll get rid of him.
But who would take him? We'll discuss that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow.
Who's going to take back New England?
I have a feeling we're going to spend a whole lot on that schedule.
All right. Texans versus Titans.
12, 13. They get a bye in 14 and 15. They'll run through them.
Yep. Over Titans.
Yeah, I see that.
They will run through them.
Then they run through a brick wall.
Then you got this one.
Yeah, two
Week
brick walls.
16, Saturday against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Woof.
Yeah, that's not going to be a good one.
In Kansas City.
In Arrowhead Stadium.
In Arrowhead. And then
it's
they host Baltimore afterwards.
And it's loud as hell at Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah, it's always loud.
Kansas hangs 45 on them.
It'll be a 52-41 kind of game.
Yeah.
I got it going 45-42 KC.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Then they
and to back that up on Christmas Day.
4 days later.
Yep. 4 days later on Christmas Day. What's the Texans' Christmas present? Oh, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens in Texas.
That's a loss.
Lamar Jackson.
No, I don't think so.
And Ravens.
You don't think Lamar's going to hang it to him?
I'm going to say a field goal.
I mean,
determines it.
I mean, you know what? I call for an upset. By the slimmest of margins, I'm calling for an upset.
I say a field goal determines it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think
it may be slimmer than that.
It might be. It may
be slimmer than that. Then they close the season at Tennessee. The division will already be decided. And this is Tennessee's final tank game.
Yeah,
because they need a running back and they ain't got one.
Heavily.
Jacksonville needs Jesus, and they're going to be at the bottom of this bracket.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be better off with Kenny Omega running the team than Tony Khan.
Now, let's go to the AFC West.
Okay.
And we're going to start at the top of the pile with the defending back-to-back world champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, boy.
Now, I made a prediction a month ago, and Droid agreed with this. There will be 2 16-win teams this year.
Kansas City and San Fran.
Yep. The difference, Kansas City is going to hang 55 on us in a 55-52 game, and that'll be the only loss the 49ers suffer in the first of 2 against the Chiefs.
What kind of mess is this?
Now, the question is, who does Kansas City lose to?
They lose to us in the Super Bowl.
I'm about to say, I don't think they lose to anybody.
How do you like that? How do you like that answer?
This schedule
Why
is
are you got Kansas City running the table clean.
Yep.
This
running the table.
They host Baltimore. Baltimore is hurting.
That's the
only one. No. They're not hurting. They're smarting.
Right.
After losing the home AFC Championship game to Kansas City.
That's the only one I give the Chiefs any type of trouble with. That's the only
Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Joe Burrow and the Bengals are not going to be a challenge.
No.
Nope.
Because it's in Kansas City. And Kansas City's put the spook to them too.
Yep. And then
the fun starts. Then the fun really starts.
Yep.
They go to Atlanta on Sunday Night Football against Kirk 2 Chainz cousins.
With the Falcons, mind you, coming off of getting fined for going after 2 Chainz, no less.
And then they drafted Michael
Penix Jr. And I think by this game, Michael Penix will take over the reins.
The head
After Kirk gets run, after 2 Chainz cousins gets blown to smithereens.
Mm-hmm.
He gets blown to smithereens. Week 4, they go to San Diego, and that's going to be a 60-point game.
The Superchargers, who are still hurt.
They go to look. I know they're listen, folks. I know they're the Los Angeles Chargers, but I'm old, I'm gray, and I'm old school. I will call them the San Diego Chargers. Kansas City 66, Chargers 63 before overtime. Defense is going to be optional in that game. Kansas City will attack via. Yep,
you're going to call this a Madden game, basically. Then,
yeah.
I mean, I really feel that Kansas City will attack through the air. San Diego will attack on the ground.
Yeah.
Week 5, they host New Orleans, and
they're going to destroy the Saints.
Mm-hmm. They get a bye in week 6, and of course they win there because they get to relax.
Mm-hmm.
You know we're going to give them hell in Santa Clara, but Kansas City will pull that one out.
I'm going to say a field.
That'll be another 60. That'll be a 60-point game. That's going to be a set. Kansas City and San Francisco are both going to have at least 2 60-point games.
I'll put it this way: this will end up being decided by a last-second touchdown.
Yeah, this will go down to the wire.
Either it's
Patrick
Mahomes
listen,
to Kelsey, or it's from Purdy
Brock
to Kittle.
to
Kittle.
Either Kittle or Brandon Ayuk. Listen, Kansas City is going to be first in offense. 49ers are going to be second in offense, or it could flip. That's just how good these 2 offenses are.
All right. Well, then the question is, who's going to be first in defense?
I believe San Francisco will be.
Yeah,
there's
we're both to lead the charge. Yeah,
they have one more plug than Kansas City does.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Quick Feet Purdy or Patrick the Cannon Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. You know what? I'm going to do that game. Droid's going to join me, and we're going to have 1,000 viewers. I'm calling it right now. We're going to spread the hell out of that game. October 20th, Droid, from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. We'll both be in our studios, but damn it, we're going to do this, and Shane's going to produce it.
And watch what happens. Somehow, some way.
And your ass is coming in with the stats.
I don't mind that. But watch what happens.
What?
Somehow, some way, even though this is a game between the Niners and the Chiefs, somehow the Cowboys still get roasted. Somehow.
Hey, New England's going to get roasted.
Listen.
Come on now.
Now, you know we're going to roast them for 60 minutes.
Exactly. We ain't got nothing to do with it.
We're going to roast them for 60 minutes. It's too easy. They go to the Raiders, and they'll beat the Raiders.
Yep.
They'll hold on for dear life against Tampa Bay. They'll roast Bo Nix.
They're going to face Baker Mayfield. They're going to steamroll the ball.
When I say dear life, I mean 45-10.
Oof.
If that's dear life.
Come on, y'all know me. Y'all know how crazy I am.
And then they take on
Bo Nix in Denver, and they'll squeak by with a 55-10 win.
Squeak by.
Bo Nix won't be able to leave anymore and want to take off out of Denver.
Yep.
There's a reference for you, Vic.
I love
Week
it.
11. Oh boy. This is an old school matchup that I love watching.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
That's
at Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York.
That'll be
neither team cracks 40.
Yeah, I say 27-24. Hell with it, Buffalo. I mean, it could go either way. It could go either way.
And then they get another gimme.
But of course, it's Carolina.
They
get 2 gimmies. Wait a minute. They get 2 gimmies.
Bear.
They get 2 gimmies. at Carolina, where they'll squeak by 55-6, and then against Las Vegas, well, they'll barely hang on for dear life, 65-3
against the Raiders.
Against the Raiders
on Black Friday, no less.
On Black Friday. Why are you laughing at me, Shane? I say hang on for dear life, and what?
Saying they're going to squeak by 65-3, right?
Okay, they'll squeak by the Chargers by the same score the next week.
If that's squeaking by,
you hate to see what holding on for dear life is.
Right? Yeah.
Super Bowl 59.
And then
Chiefs and 49ers. Super Bowl 59. And then week 15, they got the gimme of all gimmies.
Yes.
In the Cleveland. Listen, which team is going to give NFL teams more gimmies in terms of wins? The Cleveland Browns or the Chicago Bears or the Carolina Panthers? Light up the chat. Which team is going to have more gimmies pinned against them?
Browns.
Cleveland Browns. The Browns.
I'm
okay. We're all unanimous.
I'm saying the Browns.
And then you get a divisional playoff preview against the Houston Texans.
Yes.
This is where they will hold on for dear life. 45-42.
Yeah, this will be.
And then they get a gimme. And then they get a gimme against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then they get another gimme going to Denver.
Yep.
This schedule's unfair.
Pittsburgh's getting absolutely no love.
That's why I started laughing. Like this.
And Droid says the Houston game, week 16, is where they suffer their only loss of the year. I'm inclined to agree. Woof.
I see the Houston game coming down to literally, again, we've said it too often. This is your fourth quarter game.
Yeah, and these are our way too early predictions as it's the end of June. We're going to do our predictions again to kick off season 11. And what we're going to do with those, we're going to tape them in advance, and then we're going to roll them that week. So be ready for that. We're going to handle it the way Mike and Mike handled the Stone Cold Lead Pipe Locks, and we're going to do our picks the same way. Giving away a couple of secrets, but we want to be sure that y'all tune in and have fun with us. All right. Now to the schedule of the team that will suffer a losing season for the first time in 20 years.
Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. Week 1, they'll win because they go see Atlanta and Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins. I would curse right here, but I'm not going to because I made a promise yesterday.
Now the question is, who starts for him?
Penix. Oh, let me change that. 2 Chainz will start. Penix will finish. That's going to become a common.
I meant for Seattle. Not Seattle, but yeah, I might as well say Seattle since where everyone's coming from. Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Who cares? One starts the first half, the other starts the second half. How about that?
Quarterback by committee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I see that.
That seems like a Tomlin thing to do.
Yes, it is.
Week 2, Bo Nix gets his first win.
Oh, you put him over Wilson?
Yep. Bo Nix will hang 500 yards on the Steelers.
Ouch.
And then week 3, they host Justin Herbert. And Justin Herbert will hang 400 yards. And then week 4, they go see my Indianapolis Colts. So Jody's going to be with me.
And Jody going to be sitting
listen,
man.
I'm going to warn y'all right now. If I convince Jody to do this game with me with a 1 o'clock kickoff, there will be 2 microphones here. No, matter of fact, we're going to set up in another room so we both can be on camera, and there will be some cussing. I'm warning you right now.
Yep.
Jody was supposed to join me for a couple games last year, but unfortunately, she was very sick.
You know what? I'm calling it now. We may see the first 600 yard game.
Oh, AR5?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to see a couple. Wait a minute. AR5, Brock Purdy, and Patrick Mahomes will be the first 3 quarterbacks to throw for 600 yards in a game.
Yep.
And each one will be higher. Charles Adderley is with us. Great afternoon, all on the live stream broadcast today. Thank you, Charles. Charles, where are you listening and watching from so we can shout you out properly? Speaking of shout out, let me shout out all the folks listening to us on WJKS in Indianapolis, Indiana. And, of course, our world headquarters, WSMM in Chicago. Let's see. AR5, Patrick Mahomes, and Brock Purdy will be the first 3 quarterbacks in history to throw for 600 yards, all in the same year.
I can see that.
Week 5, they beat up the Dallas Cowboys.
No.
They beat the hell out of the Dallas Cowboys.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they are not.
They're going to run them ragged.
No, they're not. So
I'd
you're saying.
I'd like to think so. Listen to me. I'd like to think so, but I know better. I know better. This is powerful from Nassau. So we have proven to be internationally syndicated. Thank you, Charles. Rhino, I know you're in Colorado. What part of Colorado are you in?
Man, just call us the pit bulls of YouTube, baby, because we worldwide.
Yes, we are. Week 6, they go to Vegas and they tie.
You just want anarchy
all over the place. Rhino is in South Denver. Cool. Week 7, they go to the Jets, and it's a scoreless tie.
No, come on.
My coffee's right and receipts for that one.
Right?
I wish.
The Jets are going to steamroll the Steelers. Come on.
Yeah. At Rising Rhino, CEO Visioner, good afternoon. Hey, Charles, what do you do for a living, man, out in the Bahamas? We want to know our fans as the hosts know us. Week 8, they'll see Nathan Rourke and the Giants, and Rourke will hang 400 on him.
Yep.
He's in Denver. Okay. Or 5, who's a big runner, 2, 600, maybe combined with 600 passing yards. 3 quarterbacks will throw for 600 passing yards this year. I'd love for that to happen. They get a bye in week 9, they'll lose that. And then week 10, they go to
only team to ever lose a bye week.
Wrong. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I would say what they say, but I know what I said. Week 10, they see the Washington Redskins, and the Redskins will beat them up.
Oh yeah,
I see that.
The new look.
Jayden Daniels will beat them. Will beat them to pieces. Week 11, no.
Nope.
King Henry hangs 300 yards on the ground.
I say 325.
3 1/4. I'm a native citizen of the Bahamas, worked for the government 41 years this year. Congratulations to you, my friend. The stability is very, very real, and we love you for tuning in. Thank you very much. Week 11, we're doing our AFC predictions today.
I got Henry going 340.
340? It's going to be at least 300.
Yeah.
Then you get this mess.
The cloud.
Browns, Bengals, Browns.
They lose all of them.
They'll tie the Browns twice.
Yeah, I was gonna say
anarchy.
They'll tie the Browns twice.
I'll put it this way,
and then they'll beat the hell out of the Bengals.
I think
change that. Joe Burrow hangs 400 on the Steelers.
I put it this way: they get destroyed by the Bengals, and they split with the Browns.
Nah,
like one of the games against.
Nah.
I got him going 0 for 3.
I see him going 0 for 1. You know what? I want total anarchy, as y'all know, and it never happens as many times as I say it. But it's fun saying it, and y'all know I kid around when I say that. They go 0 for 1 with 2 ties.
No,
0-3.
0-3. They're gonna be on. They're gonna be 0-3. 15. Oh boy.
Oh God.
The Battle of Pennsylvania
wait.
is going to be ugly this year.
15, 16, and 17.
They'll lose
The
them all.
Eagles.
They'll lose. They're going to lose 6 in a row.
Duh.
Wait a
But
minute.
look
7 because they got Cincinnati to end the year.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, duh. But look, the Eagles, who are coming back from their disappointing season, and they're going to come back stronger.
This is powerful indeed, says Charles. Charles, thank you. And I want to ask a favor to y'all listening. Please help me and my family with a donation via Cash App. The tag you need is $ Tallman Dr. K50. Let me read Charles's comments here. I appreciate you highly for all you mean to contribute to Snowman Multimedia Channel in a professional, respectful manner. This is powerful indeed, and we appreciate you. We appreciate you for that comment.
Absolutely.
Now,
bruh.
Okay, look. They lose to Washington. They lose to Baltimore. Keep the count going.
Yep.
They lose at Cleveland.
Yep.
They go to Cincinnati and get run over.
Yep.
They host Cleveland and they get run over. Fly Eagles Fly is going to hang 50 on them.
Then they get rammed
Baltimore,
again.
they get run through again by Derrick Henry. He'll have a 400-yard game.
Yeah.
And then Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes hangs 500 yards on them alone.
And then they got
And then Joe Burrow to close the season. And I lied. I think Cincinnati will claim the wild card in that division.
So you got Pittsburgh losing 9 straight.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I would say they lose 8 out of the 9, but they definitely have a chance.
They're going to lose. They're going to lose their last 9. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to mess around and lose their last 9.
I still think.
Why do I see that? Why do I see that? Why do I see that?
Quarterback committee is going to fall apart by week 3.
Yeah,
by week 2.
Wolf.
They'll run with Russell Wilson.
There's a T-shirt. Wolf.
Wolf.
They'll run for Russell Wilson
with your face and your signature on it,
right?
Because you see my vision. There you go.
With the people's
there you go.
Too. With the people's eyes.
I'll have something for you.
Adderley says, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan from 1972. Who's your favorite Dolphin of all time? Who's your favorite Dolphin of all time? All right, let's go to the Baltimore Ravens as we finish up the AFC North. Woof. They go to Kansas City to start the season. On a Thursday night, the Chiefs get to flex their muscles, get to hang another banner, and they're going to hang 45 on the Ravens. Woof.
Yeah, they're gonna run over by the Chiefs. Sadly,
then they're gonna run over the Raiders. They're gonna run through the Cowboys.
Yep.
And then Buffalo shows up. Now, I'd like to see Buffalo win this game, but there's a missing piece. They need to have a bell cow running back,
which they do not have.
They need to have a bell cow running back. So I'll leave that one for now. Cincinnati, forget it.
That Baltimore's going to run them over.
There's something that tells me, he says Dan Marino's his favorite. I love you for that. I love Dan Marino.
Dan the Man Marino.
Old school. Dan.
I love Dan Marino. My favorite of all time, of course, is Joe Montana, but I can't fault or not love Dan Marino.
Right.
Hell, Marino and Montana went at it in Super Bowl 19, and my family and I watched it live.
The Eminem.
Just remember, Dan, laces out.
Shut up, Ace Ventura.
The Eminem.
Oh, righty then.
Yes, I got the reference.
The Eminem connection. Montana Marino.
Number 2 is Mercury Morris. I like that. How about the Marks? Mark Clayton and Mark Super Duper. How about them? And speaking of former Dolphins, there's one I'm going to try to get on the program here. We're at week 6 against the Washington Redskins. That's the Battle of the Beltway. And I have the Redskins winning that game.
Yeah, Redskins could actually.
I could see that.
I think the Redskins will win that game.
It's a trap game for Baltimore.
They beat up Baker.
Yep.
They beat up Cleveland. They'll beat up Bo Nix.
Bo gonna want to leave.
And then Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati will have their act together by then, and they'll spell the upset. They'll pull the upset here.
Yeah, I think Cincy will steal this one.
It's a 2-team race in the North with Cincinnati and Baltimore. I think the road's going to go through Baltimore, but we'll see how it plays out.
They smash the Steelers.
They're going to smash the Steelers. They're going to sink the Chargers. And they kick off December against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh,
Ain't that a bleep?
That's going to be a good one. I want
to see it is.
One.
December 1st. Y'all want to do that one?
I would love to.
I'd be game.
It depends on who Frisco is playing. We'll go over that tomorrow. Okay. It depends on who Frisco is playing and what time. The only problem, it's a 4:25 game, and if Frisco is playing, it takes priority.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
The Colts and the Niners take priority, but this is a juicy one.
That really
is.
That's is a juicy one.
This is a main event game right here.
It is, man. And it's at Baltimore. Oh, Jalen Hurts and Lamar. Ooh, that's juicy.
You see where I'm going with it?
That's a juicy one.
That's a T-bone steak if I ever saw one.
And we get to
big ass T-bone.
And we can see what Derrick Henry's going to do against that pass rush. Against that.
Yeah, man.
I want.
Yeah, man.
I want to see that.
Matter of fact, let me do this right now because I'm going to compare it to see what the
49ers are doing.
Yeah. Dan was a beast. Too bad he never got a ring. Biggest tragedy. True. And it's also a big tragedy that he never got back to the Super Bowl. And part of the reason, part of the reason,
the Niners.
Part of the reason. What'd you say, dog?
To answer your question, Niners Bills 8:20 December 1st.
That's a 7:20.
We're doing it. We're doing both of them.
All right.
Back to back, baby.
Week 13 is possibly a triple header. Hold on. Yeah, week 13 could be a triple play for us. So 8, 9, 10. 11. Oh, geez.
It is because it's Colts Patriots.
Oh, busy.
Y'all, we are going to wreck our voices. We have a triple header on December 1st.
Yes,
Lord. Hell. With the Colts and the Patriots from New England. And then the juiciest game that week, the Eagles and the Ravens. In Baltimore.
And then the nightcap.
Then we finish up the nightcap with the 49ers and the Bills at 8:20.
Yep.
Yow!
Oh, we about to be busy.
Yow!
We about to be busy.
If the show's a little bit late, December 2nd, everybody don't worry about it. Our voices are going to be completely screwed.
We're taking December 2nd off.
Okay.
I'm going to say it right now. We're taking December 2nd off.
I'm going to say there'll be hot tea for everybody if we have to do it.
We are taking December 2nd off and we're not moving. You understand that? Because December 1st,
my schedule.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Just remind me a lot closer.
Is going to be a monster of a day.
Yes.
Just remind me closer and I'll make sure to get the notice out.
You got it. Bird versus Bird, Eagles, Ravens. Yeah. Charles, can you help promote this channel, please? As well, I'm going to put my play-by-play channel in the chat. And if y'all haven't subscribed already, please do, because I decided to repurpose this channel for our play-by-play games. And the reason I'm doing that, I want to get this channel monetized, and I'm going to make it a specialty channel. I want to make that our specialty channel. So that's going to get cleared up, and our play-by-play will be there. We're going to air our play-by-plays currently on both channels until that one gets monetized, and then it'll go on its own. So 500 is the magic number, and let's get to 500 before July 4th on the new play-by-play channel. Then we'll get it monetized, and then we'll get it on its own. But December 1st, woo,
we gonna be balling.
And I'm gonna call it right now. That'll be a $3,000 day.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
That'll be a $3,000 day. Waiting on Jennifer Lewis to join us. I forgot to send her the link. I just did. When she comes on, we'll shift our focus to the Panthers because there's a renovation about to go on with Bank of America Stadium, and also some inside happenings with the Panthers.
Okay.
But getting back to December 1st.
Yeah, I mean, let's not worry about the last 4 games for Baltimore. I mean, they got the Giants.
You ain't got to worry about those. But damn.
This may not be
first.
This may not be our WrestleMania, but it's doggone sure going to be our Royal Rumble.
It's
going to be our SummerSlam.
And you know what, Victor? You just gave me what I needed for that day. It's going to be our Royal play-by-play Rumble day.
Because Lord have mercy. You got 3 juicy
You got
games.
the Colts that are going to compete. You got the Colts that are going to compete for a playoff berth, if not the division, to lead off the day.
Right.
Then you got
this one, and then you got Brock Purdy versus Josh Allen to close the day.
Yep.
I thought I pulled a long day when I covered both races at Daytona in February. Y'all gonna make me work even harder for that one.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Listen, your longest day was Super Bowl 58.
Yeah.
No, Daytona was 8 hours, dudes. 58 was only about 4 and a half.
Right. That was a 6-hour day for me.
Yeah, I was just there on the back half and overtime.
Yeah, man.
This is going to put it.
Championship day was something else for me, and then, oh gosh,
this is going to put me in a whole new bracket for working.
It's going to put all of us there, man.
Lord.
I thought I had a long enough time doing 5 hours for a Coke 600 a couple of weeks ago. Nope.
You know what? Let me push this button here. You thought, and that's our problem, we thought when it comes to this. You thought we had busy days last year?
We ain't even.
No. No, my website's going to be full of game replays and live game broadcasts because I'm putting articles and a newsletter together. Ooh,
why do I have a feeling I'm going to have a couple of emails waiting for me? Like, dude, we need some opinion pieces.
You don't have to wait on emails for that. That's yours right now. Victor, same to you. That's yours right now. I mean it. That's yours right now.
Lord have mercy.
I'm going to have a busy few off days.
Wait a minute. If I got to put myself to work to make this dream happen, and y'all agreed to be my teammates, then I'm putting y'all to work too. Granted, it's fun work. Wait a minute. Granted, it's fun work, but it's going to be work nonetheless. We got to put in the work.
All right, Jordan, let's do it.
Indeed. And that's how I feel too after 1990 with against the Detroit Pistons. I'm getting my you know what in the weight room. And it starts, and it's like I said, it started today. Today starts anew for all of us. Damian Hernandez is, I'd rather watch sumo wrestling than NASCAR. Hell, the Kentucky Derby is more interesting to watch. And even that is boring. Damian, you don't know your sports.
And you don't know when I'm on the stick what I pull, dude.
Man, listen, I love listening to Shane call races. I love that. Okay. We don't even have to finish Baltimore's schedule. It's just we get to week 13 and all hell's going to break loose.
Well, this is the time when you show up to a restaurant when they open up for breakfast and you stay through the bar closing.
You stay all day. And Victor and I have done that.
Yes, we have.
We have done that 3 separate times.
I think one was B-Dubs, the other was Applebee's.
B-Dubs was one, Applebee's was another, and I forgot the third. I forgot the third one, but
the third one.
I
might be remembering this wrong, but I want to say it was IHOP. I want to return to another IHOP.
I think it was.
And we messed around
in South Chicago.
Yep. But I want to finish this up because Nathan Rourke is going to have a real good test against the Ravens.
Man, Nathan Rourke gonna run for his life.
Nathan Rourke's gonna have a real good test.
I love Nathan Rourke. Y'all know I love Nathan Rourke. Y'all know I love Nathan Rourke. But against that Baltimore defense, Nathan Rourke is gonna run for his life. He gonna run for his life. I'm still stuck on week 13.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one.
Winners never quit and quitters never win. Absolutely. I'm a quitter. I'm a quitter no more. Or I don't have that quitter mentality no more.
Nope.
So Charles, hang on with us, baby. This is gonna be a ride and a half. Jennifer Matthews Lewis is on the way.
All right.
And well, you know what?
Let's finish this off.
I think she's gonna let's have her come next week. Because we're gonna finish this off.
Yeah, and we've only got about 13 to the top of the hour anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Next one we got Steelers, which is going to be a foregone conclusion. Ravens going to take that one all the way.
Oh, they're going to bury the Steelers.
And then my birthday, I get a gift.
Uh-oh.
Ravens versus Texans.
That's a hell of a gift.
I get a gift.
I see again that's a fourth quarter game.
Yep. I'm going to say that's going to probably be a field goal will determine that one.
That's a walk-off.
And then to
that's
close out.
That's a walk-off. That game's a walk-off.
To close out, you got the Cleveland Clowns.
Man.
In the words of the legendary Ryan McCarthy, dead.
Dead. Dead.
Dead.
Just dead. I'm sorry. I'm still on week 13 and how busy we're going to be.
Dude.
Yikes.
That is going to
I'm telling y'all right now. December 1st, that whole week, I think we're going to take that whole week and just rest.
Okay.
And get ready for December 1st. And that's Thanksgiving week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hot damn.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Live research, folks.
Gotta love it.
And Thanksgiving is 4 days we're taking that week off.
And I know I'm going to be busy.
Because Thanksgiving's November 28th.
So I know I'm going to be busy for that week because I know the Cowboys got a slate for Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
And then December 1st. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're taking Thanksgiving week off because it makes no sense to do 3 good shows
and then take off Thursday, Friday because everybody knows we're all going to be in a food coma.
Yep.
And when we wake up from it,
we
have the first.
Yep. So so I'm making the executive decision right now. We're taking that whole week off. Thanksgiving week, we'll see best ofs. All right. And it's going to be mostly interviews.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because Thanksgiving Day, during the Lions game, I'm going to be making the food with my beauty. During the Cowboys game, we're going to be eating the food.
And laughing, more likely.
Oh, we're going to be laughing our heads off.
And then the nightcap, we're going to be sleeping it off.
Yes. Yes. And no, we're not going to be sleeping it off. We're going to be snoring it off.
Yep.
Loud.
And until the alarm gets everybody up at like 6 in the morning. Hey, we're going Black Friday shopping. What?
Not in this world. We're not.
Like, no.
Nope. I'm going to wait till the 2nd, Cyber Monday. Call it good. Screw all that.
Me get out of bed for Black Friday shopping.
Stop it. Get some help.
The last time I got out of bed early on a Black Friday, I was going to New Hampshire for the Cup race in 2001.
Hey, Mr. Numbers is in the house with us. What's going on, Mr. Numbers? He says, hello, Snowman and crew. It's me, Mr. Numbers. Hey, great to have you. Great to have you. But again, me get out of bed for, you know what? I got a better one. Me or my family get out of bed for Black Friday shopping.
I'm getting too old for this.
I got a better one for you. We'll need the Bishop for this one. Bishop. Are any of us going to be waking up early in the morning to do any type of Black Friday shopping?
Hell with it.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
No, we gonna be.
Or as the late great Alvin Washington said, hell no.
Exactly.
We all
Hell
we
no.
gonna be watching the Black Friday game and be like, "Why am I awake for this? Where's the turkey sandwich?"
Exactly.
Right.
Eating leftovers.
Yep.
Eating leftovers. And I know my honey's gonna come. My wife's gonna. Do you have a game to do today? Nope. I'm staying in bed.
I'm probably gonna gorge on mac and cheese.
We ain't gonna do nothing game wise till the first.
I'm not doing no games. The only game I'm gonna do before December 1st is if my grandchildren come out here. That's it. And Milani, my sweet little granddaughter, the youngest one of the bunch, tricked me
into running.
We had the grandkids out here last Thanksgiving, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And I'm watching them just fly in and out of the door. It was 60 degrees. Even though I'm taking blood thinners and I'm covered in sweatpants and a sweatshirt. But be that as it may, the kids are flying in and out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
I go outside while the girls are in here talking, just like laughing up a storm. I go outside and I sit on the porch and I look at the kids running and I come down off the stairs for a moment. And then I climb back upstairs and Milani, my sweet little granddaughter, who is now 3, pats the space next to her and says, "You can sit next to me, Grampy." Why did I know that was a trap? And yet that sweet little girl lightly tapped me on the leg and said, "Tag, you're it," and tore off the porch.
Oh,
you ain't getting me to run. And every time I saw them turn the corner, I was exhausted. By the time those kids, and yes, I say those kids, all my grandchildren, the oldest ones, dragged me in the house, I sat on the couch and fell asleep.
Hey, you watched them running like, whoo!
I was watching them running, and they wore my ass out. I am not ashamed. I am not ashamed to say it as a proud grandpapa. I watched them on the couch, and they wore my ass out. I watched them on the porch, I beg your pardon, and they wore my ass out.
Mm-hmm.
They wore me out. And then Carmen, my beautiful daughter, says, "Did you have fun with the kids?" Shut up. Right. And she starts cracking up. Cheyenne's cracking up. My wife's on the floor at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fell asleep on the couch, and Cheyenne woke me up and she says, "Did you have fun?" Baby, I had a blast. And all the kids loved it. They tried to get me to come out again, like, "Y'all ain't tricking me this time." So they finished. They come in the house. We take pictures. We send them on their way. We got our family pictures, and that was the first family picture I took in a long time. And I had the biggest grin on my face because my wife was there and my children were there. My baby boy is the next tallest person in the family. He stood next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Then was Carmen, then Cheyenne, then Sonia, then Cheyenne, and then my wife. Best set of pictures I ever took.
Right.
He went from Grampy to Uncle Bernie, but I sure did. Went right into a coma after the kids wore me out. I went right into a coma. This was fun, y'all.
Yes, it was.
Now we got ourselves some big plans.
December 1st is going to be crazy.
Oh yeah, we here for it though.
I already put it in my calendar.
Man, we here for it.
I already put it in my calendar. 1 o'clock, 4:25, and then 8:20. Yikes!
10.5 hours, dude, of coverage minimum.
I better get me 100-ounce bottle and fill that sumbitch with water.
Lord ham mercy.
Man, I'm gonna have to keep a
I'm gonna have
3-liter
two of
bottle beside me.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna have 2 of them. I'm gonna have 200-ounce bottles. One of them has water. The other has tea.
I'm with you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because in the immortal words of one Theodore R. Long, ain't no way.
Nope.
Ain't no way I survived that.
Ain't no way we're gonna survive going one-on-one with the Undertaker either.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way in hell. Not a chance in hell. Not a chance. Sick Diggy, you fell asleep like Detective Roger Murtaugh, but you were getting too old for that mess. You right about that? I see no lies in this here statement. None. I see no lies. And the bad part is, like I said, they kept trying to get me back outside. You kids are crazy.
Right?
They are.
And I love every single one of them.
Right?
Yep.
I love every single one of those crazy kids. A couple weeks later, I'm finished with this. A couple weeks later, Jody and I went to Indy to check on Carmen and the grandkids because Carmen wanted us to visit her in our new home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here we go again. Here the blank we go again. But it wasn't Milani who got me this time.
Who?
Bryson. Braylon. I beg your pardon. Braylon. That's my other one. Braylon, my grandson. 5 years old. I swore to myself a long time ago I would never watch anyone play Fortnite. Yet what does my grandson trick me into doing?
Watching him play Fortnite.
Watching him play Fortnite. And just when you thought I'd be able to fall asleep sitting up, this kid grabs his blanket and covers me with it and takes off.
I'm gonna put Grampy to bed.
Oh yeah, Grampy didn't move. Grampy didn't move. I'm just about asleep. Milani had to go to the doctor to go to the hospital to get some treatment because she had messed up her arm.
Right.
The girls come back. I hear them laughing. Braylon wakes me up. Just as I'm this close to getting into the second level of sleep.
Right.
Well, y'all know what that second level is.
Where you ain't waking up for a good couple hours.
You're not waking up for a while. My body kept desperately telling me, Snowman, we need a nap. These kids are going to wear you out. We need a nap. I'm just about there. And then Braylon splashes me and wakes me up.
Stinger splash.
Stinger nothing. He went snooker on me.
Oh.
Man, I'm laying in bed and this kid goes crossbody splash on me.
Steel cage splash.
He went Uso splash. Yeet.
Right.
Yep. We gotta go. Tomorrow we'll make our NFC predictions, and God help us on that one, because we already made some of them today. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move, and always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're just simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. Our road to the Superdome continues. So long, everybody.
Hey, New Orleans, we coming for you.